do the research and find the resources for job seekers. Things like find the projections, find some of the labor market statistics. There's a lot of resources out there, labor market reports, for example, from the state of Washington, also federal ones. Research how jobs get publicized, how openings get filled, what kind of networking exists within the field that you're looking at. Research the necessary skills, do an honest assessment of sort of what skills you need to develop, potentially find a mentor with some sort of workforce development organizations, consider entrepreneurship again, and absolutely sort of my message for the day is don't forget the library as a source of information.
Reach out to somebody in that field and be willing to listen to them and take their expertise. Maybe 5 years, 25 years, 30 years, they're going to give you some knowledge into that field that is probably realistic. They're going to give you the good and the bad. Ask them the bad questions. Let them be honest with you, because that's going to set your expectation. But also know that everybody's experience is different in each field. So while they may have had one experience, that's just one experience, and you should do your research, like Nancy said, and make sure that you're talking to other people. You're doing the research. You're going out to Glassdoor. Also think about the pipelines that are feeding that organization. We think of one like CareerWorks. It's where people get the skills that they need as they're switching in from one field to another field, and how we build those pipelines into healthcare and things like that.
Don't be put off necessarily by job descriptions that you see online, because they are somewhat formulaic, and that they'll sort of say, for example, you need a degree in computer science. Well, I've been in the IT industry for longer than I care to remember now, 35 years, and I have no computer science degree. My degree is in physics, it turns out. But when I'm looking for people to hire, I'm looking for the skills that they've developed, and that can be developed themselves or developed as a result of a university course too. But I certainly do not want to restrict myself to people who just check a box like, yeah, computer science. So I would say persist, and don't necessarily be put off just because it says you should do this. Now, that said, of course, be realistic. If somebody wants, say, 5 years of experience in computers, and you've just learned it yesterday, then, you probably should be looking at a more entry-level position. But that said, don't be put off just because it's asking for X, Y, and Z. It's very rare for somebody to check all the boxes on that. And some of the people who do check all the boxes don't necessarily make the best candidates. One of my best developers ever was actually a professionally trained cellist who was playing for an orchestra before he came to be a developer. And he was just an amazing person. And so that really opened my eyes further, I would say, to just go by the individual.